everyone. Good afternoon and welcome to Walking in Your Calling Christian Talk Show. My name is Tina Oni. I'm your host for today. Today we're actually having a very, very important discussions with women of faith. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I believe you'll be blessed by what we have to offer you. I'm just going to start on my left to introduce you to this wonderful lady called Annie. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Wow, welcome. So we just wanted to introduce yourself to the audience because I'm sure they would like to know more about you.
My name is Annie Redlinghuis, and I've spent the past few years passionately following health and health programs, trying to educate our youth and trying to educate our mothers. As a mother and a grandmother myself, I've had the experience of seeing how ill health has affected people's actually calling in life.
So thank you so much. God bless you. Now the next person on my right is Pastor Yetunde Adiola. If you'd like to tell the audience a bit more about yourself, I'm sure they're willing to
Thank you
hear
very
more from
much.
you.
Hello audience, my name is Yetunde Adiola, and it's a pleasure to be here this morning. Thank you for having us working in your calling. I'm a career consultant and I do community development. I'm passionate about supporting people to go back to work and start businesses and also youth development. So it's been a joy to be here this morning and discuss about something that you're so much passionate about. Thank you very much.
Amen. And last but not the least, I've got Fumi Adeyi of Lasting Love.
Thank you very much. My name is Fumi Adeyi, and I am an event consultant. And what I do is that I bring husband and wife on the show. We talk about issues relating to love, attractions, and challenges in marriage. And the focus is just to restore back to God's original intention. God intended that the marriage will be a beautiful one, and that is just the idea. And I host the Lasting Love International Couples Award, and it's a way of recognizing and celebrating couples who have been through very tough, challenging times and who have pulled through. It is a way of showcasing them as good role models in the society.
So what we're going to do now, we're just going to go straight into the topics that we have lined up for today. We are here, we're Women of Faith Foundation, and what we do is we are godly women that want to, try to see how we can help people in the community, people around us. So we've got a lot of topics that we want to talk about today. And the first one is, who is a mentor? And that's the first topic we're going to be dealing with, because we want to be able to discuss that so that people will know exactly who we are and what we do. So let me start with Fumi Adeyi. If you can highlight a bit more, I'm sure the audience would like to know who is a mentor.
Yeah, a mentor. In simple words, a mentor is a good role model, somebody who guides the other people. In very many cases, this individual must have passed through or gone through what this individual is going through. And it's a way of guiding, it's a way of guarding, it's a way of showing them the step-by-step journey, through the journey, I would say. So a mentor is a good role model, somebody whose life you can emulate, just in a nutshell.
So you have that experience, that knowledge to be able to say, you know what, I want to impact what I have to the next person around me. And that's what we call women of faith, godly women trying to help other people to achieve success as well, because God has helped us to get to that level, and so we're here as well to impact to the generation. So thank you. Also yesterday, do you have anything to add to that, to mentoring?
Yes, I just want to say that there are many mentors out there. The difference is every mentor actually we have, what message you've got, what do you want to impact.
Yeah.
So how do you do it? and what do you really, what's your message about, what's your vision is about, is very important. With Women of Faith Foundation, what we want to impact is very important to us, and how do we impact it is very important to us. So as a godly mentor, you know, you look out, the difference is that you're doing it in a godly way. You know, if we look in Romans 12, how it says, not conforming to what the world will say, how the world will do it. You know, but being sincere, ready to give, you know, to direct, to support, to manage, without putting burden on the other person. You know, being there, giving that shoulder. If, you know, so many of us, we don't have the time, but we created the time.
Exactly.
You understand? Going out of your way to support the other person, and that is a godly mentor, you understand? Somebody that, as you're growing, the people that you're mentoring are also growing. That's different. So it's not all mentors are ready to do it, you know, genuinely, or to I just want to make that person even bigger than myself, better than myself. So what she said is 100%.
Let's give Annie a chance to also tell us a bit more about that, because I know she has her own view as well about what mentor is.
I'm going to bring mentorship a little closer to home.
Okay.
Because I know the way that you've explained it is a very professional way. And yes, I agree. Professional mentors are very important people, because if they mentor in the wrong way, you're going to have a major crisis.
Right.
So it's really important that those that act as mentors are properly educated mentors, because that can lead people astray. I want to go back to the home life. If you look at parents, when that child is born, that parent has, whether officially or unofficially, has become a mentor. And they have to realize that responsibility. And I don't think too many parents understand what a huge responsibility they have towards their children, because they are raising the mentors of the future. So parents have to be more aware of the fact that their lifestyle, and it's no longer that do what I say, don't do what I do, because that philosophy we've proven doesn't work. Parents have to now become conscious. If you take that responsibility on of becoming a parent, you best be prepared to be that child's mentor until they leave home.
What is the difference between a mentor and a godly mentor? Godly mentor and just a mentor. The difference is clear. You know, if you're in a child of God, you mentor people in a godly way, because you are mentoring them according to the Word of God. And if you're not you know, born again Christian or you know, Christian, you're mentoring in the way that you know. But that's why it's essential to be, you know, walk in a godly way, because that way you're able to guide the people that you're mentoring in a way that, you know, fits what the Bible says. Okay, so that's a little bit of what I would say about that. But I'll give Pastor Yetunde the opportunity as well to, you know, just explain a little bit more, you know, what that entails, being a godly mentor and just a mentor.
Yes. You said most of it. I just want to put it across as a form of advice. If people are looking for a mentor, one is to be very careful, because there's so many types of people out there. A good mentor must have relationship with God, and that is when he becomes a godly mentor. What you're passing through is not what that you feel is right for me. Because you have to connect with what that person you are mentoring also carries. Because every vision, every individual has their own potential in life. So if I'm forcing what I have on you, I'm not a godly mentor. I should be able to connect through the Spirit of God and see what you need, and then support you to grow in that area.
Prayerfully as well.
Prayerfully. Yes, it's very important part of being a godly mentor.
What are the characters, or what do you have to look for in a godly mentor? You know, what are the characters? You want a mentor, you want somebody to mentor you. What are the things that you see them doing that you think, oh, this lady or this man, I would love you to, in actually show me the ropes of what you're doing, because I would like to be not like you, but at least I want to be able to use what you have to fulfill my calling or to fulfill my destiny. So we're going to start with Mami Annie to tell us, tell the audience a bit more about that, if you can share more light on that for them.
So what it'll be like if I had to go and find a mentor.
Yes.
Okay, so
And
obviously
what are the characters you need
the
to
characteristics I would sort of take on board is, one, is that person walking their talk.
Right.
Because you can't go to an illiterate person to go and learn maths.
Right.
So
Exactly.
for one,
You're not
you're
going
going
to
to
know
look at
it.
someone and you're going to say, is that person a real role model?
Right.
And I think people are naturally attracted to that.
Exactly.
If you want to be mentored, you're going to naturally sort out. If I want to get fit, I'm going to go to someone that runs 10Ks a day and that looks fit and looks healthy.
Right.
And the same with godliness. I'm not going to go to a person that sits there cursing and swearing and doing all those kind of things. You're going to be looking at someone that says it is God's will.
Right. But at the same time, some people, they might want to go to someone that is swearing or somebody that is not doing the right thing. And, so at the end of the day, it means that they want to do the wrong thing as well.
Sadly, in this commercial world, those are the kind of mentors we're looking at. If you're looking at very successful people, they are going to be your very crude and harsh people.
Right. They will tell you the
But
truth.
you only need to look at the state of the world to know where that got them.
Right.
So I think the whole purpose of us doing this talk show and doing this is just to remind people that we've got to just ground again. Let's just get back and just start grounding. And let's just take this and swing the root a bit.
Okay, just in a nutshell with what Mami Annie has said, a godly mentor should be somebody in very many cases who has actually walked that route that you desire to walk in before. Because it is easier, like she rightly said, if I want to lose weight now, I'm not going to go to somebody who's really obese and ask them for weight
advice.
or no. I would rather go to somebody who's done it before, who's lost weight, and it's clearly evident.
Yes.
That is where. So in that scenario, using that, a mentor should be somebody who's walked the talk. Exactly what you want to do, has been through the challenges, has faced the failures, has seen the trials, the tribulations, and has pulled through. That is the kind of person you should look forward to. It's easier said than done in very many cases. Oh, this is what you should do, this is what you should do. But have you been through it? How did you pull through? What exactly did you face? These are some of the things you should consider. If you have a mentor that you want in your life and hasn't necessarily been through that, I'm not saying it is completely impossible, but you see, you won't really achieve what you want to. And saying that again, it is still possible. You see, there is something that is called grace in the Christendom. The grace of God is available in different dimensions, and it works. It really works. But if you're really going to think about it, look for somebody who's been through it before, so that person can direct you along that line. For example, in a nutshell, before I went into media, I looked for somebody that's been through it, that has been in it, that have worked it, that has been into talk shows and media stuff for a long time. And that person was able to guide me, even talking about my name on air. She taught me. She said, don't eat your name. Don't, because most time we say, my name is Fumi Ade. She said, don't do that. Say it out. And that is what I'm known for. So look for somebody that's walked that road before.
That will mentor you.
I think I want to add that, based on what the two of them have said, being sincere with oneself is very important. Because it's one thing that this is what you want. It's another thing that how you're going to get it. Many people out there, they know what they want, but they don't know how to get it. So they go for
a mentor.
They go for the wrong mentor.
Mentors.
You look for a mentor that will have the time to give you what you want. If I'm looking for a name, I want to mentor that people. Oh wow, somebody. Oh, she is a celebrity. Will she have time for me? Will she be able to listen to me? You know, you have to be sincere. You have to be sincere with yourself. And the other one is that the mentee is ready. The mentor is ready. We have situations where the mentee comes that I need somebody to mentor me, but they don't have the time. They are not ready to contribute the time to be mentored. So how do you manage that? Can Lord help us?
There's one point that me, being a lot older now, has noticed in mentorship. You don't want to go to a mentor that has tried a business model once and has succeeded. I look for a mentor that has failed a couple of times and then succeeded. Because you learn more through the failures than you learn through the successes.
Because the experiences, you know, you've gone through so many.
Yeah, and to say to someone, if you're a success and you've never failed, you can't tell that person, I know what you mean and I know where you're coming from. How do you know that?
Exactly.
Have you lost it first? Have you struggled? Have you stumbled? You don't know that. You've got to look at someone that can clearly say, I've been there before, or I've had that disease, I've overcome it, or I've had that problem and I've overcome it. Go to the failures, look at their failures and look how they've overcome their failures.
What about somebody that hasn't, you know, failed? They've been they've been a mentor for many years, and so they've gathered experience. Does that not still make them, you know, a good mentor? Because, you know, they don't have to really fail, and come back again to be, you know, that good mentor. They could have been working for many years, and so therefore, there has been not many failures, but they have grown in what they are doing.
I think anybody that has walked that road would have had some kind of failure. I don't think that anybody just walks a straight road. And if you do walk a straight road, then what are you doing on earth? You know, we're here to learn. We're here to get the experience. So I don't think that person, as much as we'd all like to be it, I doubt if that person does exist.
Wow.
Can I quickly butt in there? You see, like Mommy Annie said, that it's rather impossible for you to start a journey and not experience those difficult times, those little failures, those disappointments, those cancellations, those bad news and all that. At one time or the other, there would be. There would definitely be. I'm trying to bring the scriptures. There's a scripture that comes to mind. We should not neglect the days of humble beginning. You see, those humble beginning doesn't mean it is those slow beginning. Those little challenges that comes with that beginning. We should not neglect them because they will come.
They're part of it.
They're part of the journey. They actually enrich the journey. It does.
You know, not even Jesus had it.
That's the greatest mentor.
I think our best mentor we're looking at, and he came in the most godly way you could possibly imagine.
And he's gone through so much.
Yes, and you look at the journey he had. I mean, there's just no way.
It wasn't easy.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy. So as a godly, you know, mentor and somebody that wants to be mentored as well, you need to look for somebody that has gone through, you know, thick and thin, and have, you know, tried so many things, and eventually, you know, it worked. And you have to be persistent. That's, you know, what it's all about as well. Audience would like to ask a question.
You need to have time, create time. What most people will want to do is, oh, that person has a problem. Let me get to the root of that problem. I want to solve the problem. We're not saviors, you know. So we need to create atmosphere. It might take a week for you. It might take a month for her. Different level. Develop relationship. Build a trust. Let there be boundary. You know, when the person feel relaxed, you know, through the relationship, words will come out. And as you're doing that, you're also praying on behalf of the person. So that the Holy Spirit will bring that, you know, there is something we call oil of gladness. When you have oil of gladness, gradually that person, the sorrow will be removed and they should be able to come out. But what we don't want to do is to push it and say, I have to know the root of the problem today. It's not
You
gonna-
can't solve that problem without taking the time, investing time to support that person gradually and let them feel you. The person has to feel that you are there, that they can rely on you before they can even open up for that.
You know, that is an incredibly important statement. And if you want to start mentoring a child like that or a young person like that, be very sure you have the time. Because the last thing you're going to need, or that person's going to need, is for you to let them down. Because they have probably come from an environment where they've been let down before, where they've had false promises. It's really just, that's going to be a labour of love. You're going to just love that person, guide that person, be there. And as Yetunde rightfully said, it might take a month, it might take 6 months. But when a person like that has got such an abundance of emotion, when they turn, I can tell you from experience, they turn big. The reward is going to be huge. But if you don't have the time, don't ever do that to a person. Rather refer that person to someone else that does have the time.
Yeah.
Can I just quickly answer the question that, like they have rightly said, when there's an opportunity to mentor and you realize that that individual has emotional issue, what I would advise from personal experience is before you mentor, I think there is a stage of counseling that has to come into place. And that aspect of counseling has to do with the individual unburdening. The individual has to bring out everything that is causing the emotion out on the table. So the aspect of counseling that many people are not really used to is that area of you being the counselor, just talking to the individual. But you see, in this case, you want the other side. You want this individual to talk, to unburden, to bring it out, everything, pour it out, and table it. And then you, as the individual, you show it back to her. Now, how do you deal with this yourself? You look at it and see, how exactly would you deal with this? So the aspect of counseling with this individual is key in getting the person back into their original state before you can start mentoring. If she is not psychologically sorted or healed, there is no going forward. It is rather impossible. A shattered individual cannot go ahead into mentorship. It's rather impossible.
One of the professions that you need to be really patient with is being a counselor. I'm telling you, yeah. And it's very important thing for most, at least, if you're going to go into mentorship, at least minimum of introduction into counseling. You go through that, and it will help.
So the next topic we have is, it's about women of faith. It said, how do Women of Faith Foundation support godly mentors? How do you do that? I mean, you know, people want to know, because we're talking heavily about mentorship, you know, being a godly mentor, just being a mentor. How do this foundation do that for people?
Thank you very much. What we actually do is that we work with individuals and organizations as well. And when I mean organizations, like faith groups. And when it comes to mentors, if you come to us as a professional, you want to become a mentor, we have some training. We have training for different kind of people. Lots of our trainings are free. You must create time to attend training. That is one thing. We got people from Essex, from London, from different places coming even to Gravesham, to Medway to do training. So you don't expect that we'll bring our training to where you are. You come for training, because it helps you to get at least some certificate and experience into what you want to do, because you might be a mentor into maybe health, I might be into business startup, but there's something that connects all mentors together. The understanding of what you want to do, how you manage it is very important. So we now also support you. If you've got a vision, we help you to develop your vision. Yes, we want to start up a particular vision by setting up organization that will help in what God has called them to do. So if your vision, we have people that have set up organizations that are looking after children with disabilities or something like that, or maybe like a new mission that is setting up around Access Now is working with fathers, and I'm so loving it. I've been looking forward to that. I'm so loving it. You know, because we need to engage fathers. Fathers need to do something. You know, it's like women do a lot of things. Even though there are so many powerful men that are doing stuff.
Right.
But we need fathers to engage more, especially with what is happening in the world now. So you have a vision, we support you to set up. How do you set up? What do you need to set up? And also, by God's grace, we try as much as possible to help you seek for funding to start that vision.
Okay.
So, and then you'll be able to impact your community and develop yourself, because to us, one thing that is important is that as we are growing, every of our mentors, every of our members are also growing.
Okay. Yeah. Wow, thank you so much. So, well, you've said a lot about how you can support people that want to go into mentoring. They need to have the time, they need to come for training. Now, I mean, well, you know, where are you based? Because I'm sure they might want to find out, you know, how to contact you.
Thank you.
So that they can, you know, get, you know, the services that you have for them.
Thank you. We're based, actually, the admin office is based in Medway, Innovation Center in Medway, but we have other places that we operate from. We operate from Gravesend, from Dartford, and from Medway. We try to be in between. So if you're coming from London or somewhere, you can meet us in Dartford at Open Up. And if it's Gravesend, we have so many members in Gravesend, in Gravesham, really, not Gravesend, because Gravesham is the borough. So we organize training in Gravesham as well, or you can come down to Medway. Our website is www.womenoffaithfoundation.org.uk, and you can check us up on Facebook or call any one of us that are here. We have different numbers, and definitely somebody will get in touch with you. womenoffaithfoundation.org.uk.
Oh, thank you so much.
Can I mention another benefit of Women of Faith that I've personally picked up as a member and as one of the mentors? When you mentor a person, it is not your duplicate.
Right.
So that person has got other aspects that you can't always deal with. So through the Women of Faith network, for me to give my best to that particular person, I can phone Yatandi or I can speak to Fumi and I can say, this person has got this aspect of their life that I'm not qualified in dealing with, but I know you are.
Yes.
So you're
Which
referring
makes
the
this
person.
organisation
Beautiful.
even more powerful, because we know that we're all on the same spiritual path.
Right.
So I can with confidence refer any of my young people to any member at Women of Faith and know the spiritual level is going to be the same, the passion and the compassion is going to be the same. And that is probably, for me, the primary benefit of being a member.
Well, quite grateful for the little group, Women of Faith, that God has expanded. By the grace of God, is getting bigger and bigger, and we're getting wider and being able to spread our tentacles out to other places. Women of Faith is a forum of it imparts. Excuse my words. It imparts. It brings out the talents, the gifts inside of you by the grace of God. And so it gives us, the Women of Faith has afforded us the privilege of being able to operate in our fullness. The things inside of us is being brought out, is being let out powerfully, that we're able to stand on our own. By the grace of God, we can count several of us that have passed through that training, passed through that grace, I would say, and are standing firm solidly. And we're not even restricted to this country.
Yes.
By the grace of God, we are going farther than we can actually imagine. You see, and this is the benefit that we have gained from being part of the Women of Faith.
Women of Faith Foundation. like you rightly heard, it's it's a forum that is going places. That we are just on top of our games with what God is doing. So we are here to impact in your life, to be there to support you, because like we said, you're looking for a mentor. Don't look for a mentor that will lead you astray. Women of Faith Foundation is where to come to, because we have a lot of godly women, right, left, and center, to guide you, to support you, not to lead you astray, not to tell you to do this and they're doing something else. We're there to support you. So if you're looking for a godly mentor, do not hesitate to contact Women of Faith Foundation, like Pastor Yetunde has said. And also, this is our first session of Women of Faith Foundation Mentors Talk Time. We're just bringing you a little tip about what we have in store, because we have different groups, different people that can actually impact in your life, so that your life can be a meaning to yourself and to your family as well, and to the community where you live, and to the nation in general. So do not hesitate to join us when we'll be having another talk time with Women of Faith Foundation.
Before you close, can I just add one thing?
Okay.
For as many people that want to be part of it, somebody said something about 3 weeks ago, and she said, Women of Faith Foundation is a city without walls. Yes. And I'm going to quote her by saying that we are a city without walls because we have different nationalities. Yeah. Because some people, they want people that they can relate with. You're a Ghanaian, you're a South African, you're a Nigerian. We have so many nationalities among us. And most importantly, we are not just, we are a body of Christ. Yes. We are not about a church. Yes. We are not about church. It's not that, oh, you must be part of that church. No, we are a body of Christ. And that's why I mentioned earlier, Romans 12. Please read Romans 12. We are what it says there, and that is our thing. Yeah. Thank you.
Because people are thinking that when you say Women of Faith Foundation, they're thinking that it's a church.
No.
It's not about being church. It's about being mission. It's about impacting one another into, bringing the godliness in you, supporting you in your chosen field. That's what we're here to do. So I believe you've been blessed by this, session. We're going to bring you more editions of, godly mentors from Women of Faith Foundation. This is Tina Onye from Walking in Your Calling Christian Talk Show. Before I round up, I would like to acknowledge some of my sponsors on this show today. I have with me Annie, and she's a lounge talk expert, deals with so many things about health. So if you want to, that's what I'm saying, that we are women of faith and we're godly mentors. If you need any advice regarding any health, healthy living, health issues, you can contact her. She's here to support you. And what can I say about Pastor Yetunde Adiola? She's the founder of Women of Faith Foundation. And the thing is that when you're talking about having a godly mentor, you want a godly mentor that does not, want to put you down. You want a godly mentor that wants to uplift you, and that is what this woman does. We're all here because God has raised her to support us. Also, my appreciation goes to Success Jewelries, my jewelries, all this by, Women of Faith. She's also part of godly, Women of Faith, isn't it? So we are women that we have so many skills that you can be blessed with. And also, I would also like to appreciate Bukola B UK for my hair today. I believe you love it. And my makeup as well. So I'd like to say thank you so much for sponsoring us. May the Lord bless you. Thank you, audience, and thank you, viewers, for watching. Until we see you another edition of Godly Mentors Talk Time from Walking in Your Calling Christian Talk Show.